Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to some more Let's Play Banished with newly released Colonial Charter 1.7. And we are in the early stages of a new town based on the Cold Valley map, very large Cold Valley map with the shipwreck starting condition. And as I recall, we are in year, maybe 7. We'll see here in just a second. As we allow it to load up. Nope, not there yet, sorry. Okay, we are early, year 7, um, sitting on a population of 19 now, and we can see our nature type industries off here to the east and northeast. Um, Hunting cabin, gatherer's hut, our two primary food sources. We have an herbalist sitting up there, as well as 2 of our huts to house our nature-loving citizens. We do have an apiary here, not in use quite yet. We have a little wood chopper here as a backup for producing firewood. You can see our firewood is at 0 right now, but we are in the spring, so we've got plenty of time to get that fuel going again. Of course, our main stockpile, we do have the start of our actual interior of the village here. We have a tailor shop, our barn, fishing hut, and then over here on the southwest side is our more industrial facilities, including our lumber yard. This is one of the new buildings in 1.7. You can see it has a little storage built in, and it's of the same type of models as the rustic homes, which are also new. And then we have our forge, our blacksmith, and our fuel refinery to keep our tool production going. The lumberyard does double duty. It's providing firewood or lumber as we need it. Firewood, little stockpile here for fuel. So our woodcutter should be busy making some firewood there and getting it over to the stockpile so our citizens don't freeze in the coming year. We've got small limits on our initial starting goods. Iron and tools set at 25. Clothes also set at 25. We're right now waiting for our next adults to come out, which will be 12-year-old Waken and Verling will turn adult this year, and then in a couple years it will be 10-year-old Wemani and Arma. Once those two are grown to adulthood, then we will start our school, start educating the rest of the children. Right now we're stuck on 2 laborers, so I'm just kind of alternating between tasks for various people and keeping the laborers somewhat busy. Now over here we have might be able to see, I thought I'm sorry, but oh, there it is. It's a little hard to see. Gravel road coming across the way. Our trade post is going to be set up over here once we're ready for that, with the main thoroughfare river going north to south along the west side of the map. And this is the Cold Valley map that we came up with. Got a bunch of little lakes reminiscent of Minnesota. I believe nicknamed the lake the state of 10,000 lakes. Kind of, well, we're there. If we were a state, we'd probably have more lakes, but we're not there yet. We're trying to become a village and town and all of that first. Let's go ahead and grab some more iron ore and wood. We have, we got 147 iron ore. Wood will be the thing. Wood and stone will be the main requirements here near term. So let's grab that wood. Grab this stone over here. Still got quite a bit of groundstone, so I'm not worried about quarries or mines or anything like that yet. We'll keep our laborers busy. Our health is starting to drop, so our next adult will become our herbalist part-time. And the herbalist, when not busy collecting herbs, will also be the beekeeper early on. So we'll start collecting honey, which is a useful food, and candle wax, which will be used later on for a variety of purposes, primarily for candles. Candles will be used to upgrade mines, and also are used, I believe, in some of the housing upgrades. Speaking of housing, one of our newest, probably our newest married couple, 15 and 17-year-old Zachariah and Athie, they were our first new adults to the town, having survived the shipwreck as children. They have a child of their own. 30-year-old Savio and Alana with newborn Alice, one of the new babies in the... We have... Oh, that's right. We have a house with nobody living in it. I guess the people that had lived in that house have moved over to one of these other houses because we had all of our initial houses filled. I thought. Maybe not. Maybe that was the one I built for Waden and Verline, who is now grown up. There she is. Okay. So we now can have a herbalist and or apiary, beekeeper, I mean. We will get her busy. So our builder is acting as a general laborer right now, and I believe our laborers are probably... Nope, they're busy still chopping stone. Okay. I was going to say, our laborers might be short of work right now. Got the town a little bit spread out, which is okay for the early start. We have plenty of food, firewood. Firewood is the low item right now, but our wood chopper should be taking care of that. I probably should build a house over here to keep them from having to travel such a large distance, and that'll probably be the next house we build to take care of housing Watmani and Arma when they grow. But that's probably a full session away. What this is here. It's not stone and it's not iron. Interesting. And whatever that is, it is stone or iron? Yep. Oh, okay. It was just a model error because there's... Interesting. Okay. How's our Fisher hut doing? 400 food in a season, not bad. Of course, the hunter brought in 320. We now have feathers and reeds, so if our leather starts running low, we can make survival coats instead of the normal leather coats that we're making with the leather at the moment. Our health back up to 4.5 average. Herbs not at max once we hit that 50 herb mark. Actually, I need to change that down to 50 herb mark. Then I'll take the herbalist off that duty and put her on the beekeeper job. Okay, over here, even though we're not quite ready for it, I'm going to go ahead and start laying out the trader. Trade buildings. We've got some choices here. We've got the trading post. We've got the Old Town Trading Post. Farm supplier, industry supplier, dry goods supplier, food supplier, chartered company. Chartered company is willing to trade for many items. They will pack and exchange goods in return for useful, refined items for your settlement. These items are ordered on demand and incur an 8% tax increase over the normal trade price. Bootlegger, native trader, And smuggler stock. Employs a bootlegger and can provide your town with a variety of luxury items as long as you have the gold gilder to pay for. So we're going to go with the new facility. It's the Old Town Trading Post. If we can find a spot here on the river to fit it in. There we go. And we'll go ahead and get that building started. Can't quite see the model yet. I'm going to go ahead and actually build it. We don't have anything to really trade away, and we don't have a trader. But we can start maybe attracting some merchants to the trading post and maybe place some orders for some of the early things that we want to actually start accumulating. And here we are in early winter of year 7. Looks like so far no new occupants to our village this year. Firewood is a little bit worrying. We only have 52 in stock here. We need to add another woodcutter. We might have to. I'm going to keep a very close eye on that as we enter winter here. There's some on the ground waiting for pickup, but the laborers are all busy at the moment. Okay, our herbs are at 50. So we're going to go ahead and turn the herbalist off, and at least temporarily turn the wood chopper on over here. Try to get our firewood back up because we are now officially out of firewood. Nobody's out of firewood in the houses quite yet, but let's not get to that point. In the meantime, the forge has maximized their iron input, so let's turn some of that iron into tools. We can at least make a few tools before we run into our resource limit. Okay, a little bit worrying. Oh, there's a wood chopper. I was going to say, I don't see anybody making firewood. We got one there. Going to get warm or get food, come back. Okay, we have some firewood. At least a little bit of firewood. And winter come and gone just like that, just about. Late winter now. Looks like we'll survive the winter with a little bit of surplus of firewood. Oh, as I say that, the surplus firewood just disappeared. Still no houses without, so we're okay. And we have surplus again. Speaking of surplus, we're up to almost 2,000 food in surplus, so we're doing good there, although it's dropping quickly. Go from 2,000 to just about 1,500 in short order. Okay, we have surplus firewood again. And little somebody was watching the wood chopper go with rapt attention. We might have found our new carpenter when he or she grows up. I couldn't see who it was. Okay, 63 firewood in stock as we enter early spring of this second year. Once we get back up to 100 firewood, I'll take that secondary wood chopper off. The reason we were short is I forgot to change the lumber yard from lumber to firewood at one point last year, so got a bunch of lumber in storage. 107. I wanted roughly 100, so I just forgot to switch them over. We had our material resource limit, which is why he stopped, but in the meantime he still wasn't producing lumber, so one lumberjack is more than sufficient at this point to, or one woodcutter, yeah, more than sufficient at this point to producing the firewood for this small community. Okay, let's go ahead and turn the apiary on. Can we see the bees? Let's zoom in. There we go. Apiary is now in work. No, you can't see the bees buzzing around. But we will start collecting some honey and beeswax here. Let's keep this open and just watch for our first resource. I'm not sure how long it takes to accumulate the first resources. Meantime, over here, we've got the area cleared and some of the materials hauled over. We're going to need some more firewood, or some more logs, obviously. We're going to want a forester here in the near future as well, to bring in a steady supply of trees and whatnot, but that can wait for a little bit longer. Need more people. We're going to have a schoolhouse being built soon as well. Oh, new child. We're now up to a population of 20 from our start of 15. So an increase of 25%. Maciello. Little Maciello. Born of Talonso and Sanica, the tailor and builder. Old barn doing well for storage. Max resources achieved of herbs, goats, and tools. Oh. I thought I saw something flash down there. I don't see it. Did miss when Wayden became an adult, but we were set up for that. So Wayden and Verline occupying the new house over here. And yes, I know that house is off-center. Somebody was a little drunk when they laid down the foundation. Drunk on what? I don't know, because we don't have a brewery or a wine press or anything like that quite yet. But looky here, they're using the gravel path all the way across. Most of the logs are in place. And some stone now deposited. Nope, no stone deposited. It looked like she was carrying stone. Okay, that'll be a little bit longer. And that's going to take some time to build. It's so far out. I'm really not worried about that at this point. And if I put any other buildings down, they will be prioritized over that trader's hut as well. So when they turn 13, so it'll be 2 years from now, so the middle to end of next session, these two children will be grown, and we'll need a house for them, and we will also start the school at that point. Looks like the hunter's successful bringing in some ducks and duck feathers, and here we go, blueberries and beeswax, an interesting combination from the apiary. See the honeycombs there in the center there, waiting to get picked up. Beeswax. Beeswax will likely be stored in the barn once it's actually ready to be hauled. See a lot of people coming down. They must be fascinated with the bees because they're just coming down and watching. Oh, there we've got our first honey. 32 honey and 54 beeswax produced so far. And we should have all of our logs there. We've got about a third of our stone, half of our stone now over there in the trader's hut. Maybe we will get that finished. Probably not this session. The builder has a long ways to travel to get there once the materials are all there as well. Okay, firewood. We are back to full. So all of our production here is maxed out. I think if it were spring, I would actually upgrade one of our rustic abodes using the lumber we have, but I don't like doing that until spring. That gives us the entire year to get the house done, just in case there's complications, like, I don't know, some sort of disaster. Maybe a little early for disasters. I still don't like doing that at this stage. Okay, we've used up a good chunk of our stone, so let's go ahead and have the laborers grab some more stone. And we have the foundation for our new trading post. So I've mentioned before the main community, the industrial area is going to kind of be here to the west southwest. The more naturey type areas off here to the east northeast, and the main community, the main part of the city, is going to grow here north between these this peak and the ridge here to the west, and occupy this area here. We're going to see just how much of that area we can build into here. I hope this to be a community that reaches, I don't know, 10,000 people. Is that a reasonable goal? I don't know. I think my biggest city is probably still under 2,000, a little over 1,000 people maybe. We'll have to see if we can manage it. Okay, apiary up to 128 honey now, and they're eating it like food. Eagle, are they sweet enough for you with all that honey? So you've made the comment on the board about them being artificially sweetened or something. Yeah, we've got about a third of it built up. Still don't think it's going to get done before the end of this session, as I don't see the builder even on the road right now. Okay, the 2 children that we are waiting for are now 11. Let's go ahead and build another rustic. We're going to keep this down here near the industrial area, so the people living here can. Oh, there's a little bit of a hill here that we can't build over. Interesting. I wonder if we can terraform that one little bit. Flattened terrain. Water and holes come up, mountains come down. Use the remove structures tool to delete yellow icons after the terrain has been flattened. It's just this one little bit of terrain here. Let's see what happens. I've not used this yet. If we can get that to a level spot and build the house there, we will be good. I don't know what our laborers are off doing. They're probably out collecting stone. Yep, I hear them out here hiding in the woods and collecting stone. Early winter of year 8, which means we are coming toward the end of the session. You can see the frame of the building starting to go up. Just under, a little bit under half built up. So we will have a trading post here next session anyway. And we can see them clearing the land in preparation for flattening it. But everybody's gone into hiding apparently. Or everybody's still busy out collecting stone. That's more likely. Okay, apiary with 256 beeswax. Hey, that's a nice little source of food there. We're up to almost 2,500 food. Firewood, still good. As I mentioned, one wood chopper, especially in the lumberyard, more than sufficient to keeping the town supplied with firewood. Oh, looks flat to me. Let's go ahead and said use the cancel removal to remove the yellow icons. No. Use to remove structures. We actually have to have somebody actually come and remove the little yellow marks from the ground. Remove structures. Evidently. Oh, nope, there we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and lay out that new house to be built up next session. That worked out absolutely brilliantly. And that's about it. Coming to the end of the session here as we end the winter here. Still a little bit less than half built. Like I said, I didn't expect that to get done, given the distance the builder has to travel. No big deal. Material starting to move maybe toward the house here, it looks like, which will be the blacksmith, lumber, carpenter, woodcutter, whatever, moving into that house. Oh, new children. New child, Odelia. Odelia, born of Waden and Verlaine, the two youngest adults in the community. So at 13 and 14, 14 years, I believe, is the youngest for the female to have children using the 1 day at a time mod that or 1 year at a time mod that I'm using for real-time aging. The only mod that I really have that is not Colonial Charter or associated directly with Colonial Charter. So that is it. Early spring is come. We are up to 21 people, growth of six people in 8 years, end of or beginning of year 9 on tap. We'll get the new house done. We'll have the this next episode. We will have the 2 children grow up. We will get our school started for the rest of the children, which will obviously slow things down a little bit in regards to getting the next children. So after these 2 12-year-olds grow up and we start school, the next children won't become adults until age 16. So after these 2, we're talking about 8 years. 10 years. So I might not actually, I'm going to build a school, but we might not actually start the school right away. It's going to be at least 5 years anyway for Liline to become a laborer if she doesn't go to school. So what I might do is build the school but not put a teacher in it. I might not even build it until close to Liline becomes closer to school age. That way, if we have any accidents and lose any adults, we will keep Liline, let Liline grow through the childhood, through the school age years to become a laborer, and then start the education system up. I'm not sure. I think that's probably the best thing to do. So anyway, Castanar signing off. We've been playing Banished with Colonial Charter 1.7. Once again, you can find this at through the Steam Workshop, or just go directly to blackliquidsoftware.com, the makers of this mod, and all previous versions of the Colonial Charter, which has provided so much additional entertainment through for this great game. Once again, hope you're enjoying the series. Leave your comments and suggestions, etc., questions below. I will get to them and try to keep up with answering questions both on the forum and in-game. If you want to see anything displayed, I eventually plan on showcasing as many of the new buildings as I can. So just let me know what you want to see, and I will do my best to get it in-game. Once again, thanks for joining, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the series. Have a great day. We will catch you starting out in Year 9.